And here we find ourselves in the last game of today. And whoever wins this gets qualification points for the monthly GO4SC2 finals. Or towards the monthly finals of the month of November. I don't think the October finals have been played yet, come to think of it. We'll see. Nevertheless, spawning at the 9 o'clock we have in the teal colors, playing for team against all authority. It is BsK. Bonjour. And his opponent in the green colors, playing Terran pieces, playing for Team Cascade, spawning at the 5 o'clock position. It is Complain. And BsK once more with the diligent scouting. Catalina, of course, the map where you only need to scout one position and then you immediately know where your opponent is, whether you find him or not. So, what do you think, guys? Third time is the charm. Will BsK try to go for the same strategy, for the same build, 3 times in a row? Will Complain go for the same strategy 3 times in a row? It looks like he will. Not taking a gas so far, even though his barracks is very well underway. So it looks like identical builds, identical to the 2 previous games. And yeah, BsK just checks if there's a refinery, sees none, checks the natural, and after molesting these SCVs a little bit, he'll probably just go away. And it looks like BsK opening with the same, or in the same manner, going to go for 4 queens. And you know, first game maybe he did mess up somewhere, because in the second game it worked beautifully. So I think he has no reason to change his strategy. He'll just make sure that he executes correctly, and he should be able to, or he could be able to eke out another win against Complain. Although I have to say that the last game, it was more of Complain losing than BsK winning, with no disrespect to BsK, but Complain, you know, he really botched the defense, and on top of that he had a medevac full of Marines away from his base when BsK attacked. So he was really weakened in his defensive posture. Double gases, additional barracks, factory will be following this up. It looks like BsK is still not taking any gases. He'll try to saturate the mineral lines first and get gases second. If he does the same build, then he'll be taking gases at 540 or 550 and third base at roughly 8:39 minutes. 10 drones, and that should be enough for him to start taking the gases. There we go, 1 gas, second gas here. And it's really nicely timed. He'll have, like, he has 16 workers still on the minerals. So both players identical builds to the last game so far, which means that BsK will be the one that wants to be aggressive, and his opponent is the one who will have to be defensive at least until like the 10-minute mark, because he just won't have enough to face off against those roaches until then. And he'll definitely go for those double NG bays right around this time. I'm trying to look for them somewhere. Stimp back. That's going to be followed, of course, by combat shields later on. Lair going up. No +1, however, so either BsK missed that, or I don't know what happened. Usually he gets that before he queues up the lair. There we go. Should be selecting that. +1 on the way. +1 carapace should be queued up as well. And there are the 2 engineering bays for Complain. So these upgrades are going to be slightly slower than his opponents, but only ever so slightly. No big deal. 2 Hellions going to check the front, see the same thing as always. The lack of third base. Again, Complain should know what is up. Gets a starport, and you know, I wouldn't be against getting a starport with a tech collab and just getting a couple of banshees. Look at this, Complain even cancelling. That might have been a misclick, or he just wants to get as many units out as possible right now, so he cancelled the add-on that was originally being built on those barracks, just to get more units out faster. And the first roaches are already marching across the map. Here is the 833rd. And BsK is getting all the upgrades. The road speeds should line up with the 1-1 upgrades as well. Additional barracks is going down for Complain. He's just going to try and defend. Hellions are still trying to scout. He sees the roaches coming out, and this is way too many roaches just for 2 Hellions. So he knows an attack is coming, or should know an attack is coming. Doesn't see the creep though, so he doesn't know he cannot take that third base. He was caught a little bit off guard in game number 2 by that. And alright, so is he the supply depot? Alright, he saw the roaches, he knows he's under attack. He should just turtle right now. Just pull back, pull up the supply depots. You have 2 bunkers full of marauders. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just don't... Oh my god. Are we going to see the same situation once again? Okay, this time around, Complain actually repels the roaches. He clears the Overlord from the third as well, and he can load up and continue dropping if he wants to. But I'd wager that he'd like to have every little bit of infantry unit at his disposal right now. The roaches are marching in again. And Complain, is he being too confident with this? He's even going to lose a couple of Marines for free here on Move Command. The roaches have a good concave. The Widow Mine is burrowing in the middle of all those roaches, but it won't go off until 5 seconds from now. There goes the scan. Complain drives the roaches back, but there are more on the way, and 10 hatching with every production cycle. Complain desperately tries to hold his ground, but this is just too many roaches at this point, I think. Not enough marauders. The Marine DPS will be enough against 1-1 roaches. Concussive shells queued up, but not yet done. And every single time BsK attacks, he loses like 5 to 10 roaches. So the army supplies, surprisingly, are staying relatively equal all the time. Zerg being at 80 supply for the majority of the time, and Terran being between 50 and 60, so both players taking equal trades, or even trades, should I say. And I can't say who has the upper hand right now. BsK, if he misses a single inject right now, he will lose the opportunity to pressure the Terran. But a good maneuver here, going with the roaches inside the main base, tries to hit the economy of the Terran player. I don't know how much that will award him though, because mules, you know, and mules are pretty damn good. And BsK just tries to finish his opponent off with endless waves of roaches, endless aggression. Natural is not minding. All the SCVs are... Well, where are all the SCVs? At the third base, where the roaches are at! BsK just trying to, yeah, he's just trying to hit the economy of the center player. And with having pretty much 2 bases, because the third base is not really saturated. But he can only do this for so long. Once Complaint stabilizes, or, you know, if he survives for 1 more minute, he'll be in a way better position than he's right now. It was a little bit unfortunate that Complaint was not microing those units, but I think he's getting a little bit ahead with every passing minute, and once those two upgrades finish, I think that's the point where the game will break. That will be the breaking point. His opponent is still only on 1-1. His only thing is continuously massing roaches. He did not squeeze a single drone in there for the past 5 minutes. And he has to keep on attacking. Time is ticking away. 20 seconds. Still no more drones at the third base. 10 seconds. Complaint is going to spring forward with that +2/+2 finishing. And he's going to start taking such good engagements versus the roaches. Look at this! They're just melting! And Complaint probably realizes, hey, I survived! And I can finally start macroing. Not that he wasn't macroing, but you know, I can go into a longer game. I'm on 3 bases. Well, almost. BsK is going to try to squeeze in a couple of drones to saturate that third base. But still, in terms of army quality, he is so far behind his Terran opponent. BsK is going to secure the third base. Oh, even taking out these roaches for free. Off creep, these roaches cannot escape easily. And against the concussive shells, not gonna happen. Yeah, he sees them.
Is under attack.
So right now BsK is pretty much trying to out manipulate his opponent, or out strategize is probably the word I would use. He's just trying to pull him apart, stretch him thin. At the same time, we have a huge drop in the main base of this is 5 medevacs full of units. And BsK is going to lose his spawning pool, he's going to lose a hatchery over here. He already lost 11 drones. And yeah, BsK just GG's out. This is the biggest weakness of roach play, the susceptibility to drops. You just have no units to defend versus that. Still, BsK being in the face of Complaint all the time, highly entertaining, very fun to watch. Congratulations to both, and especially to Complaint for winning today.